All right. In this video, it's going to be very straightforward. What this is going to be all about is what to do when you get no-shows, cancellations, and these late reschedules, which we all hate because, of course, you don't want to waste your time and it costs you, of course, your time and your money too. So we want to avoid these at all costs. But that's not to say that they will come and you will never, ever be able to avoid them completely. Never. They will come. However, if you have all the things in place that you need to avoid them, you should be able to have a show up rate of around 80 to 90%. Yes, that is possible, but you can never get 100% show rate. That's just how it is. But let's get into how you can actually improve on these things. All right. So first, what is really important to understand is why does this even happen in the first place? So in a med spa or whatever clinic, the reason for no-shows or late reschedules or cancellations can be varied, and it's often specific to whatever clientele you have. It can vary a little bit, of course, from clinic to clinic, and also in terms of what services you are offering. However, these 9 reasons that I have listed right here is the most common one. So we need to understand all of these, because if you don't understand them, you won't be able to be better and get more people to show up and don't do these late reschedules, right? So the first one is cost concerns. So in your clinic, of course, some treatments can be expensive and they can be expensive to some clients. Not all, but some. And clients might cancel or not show up if they feel like it's a little bit too expensive for them. And maybe that will just not give them a high willingness to actually pay for your service. And maybe yes, first they thought, okay, I can pay for this because I really want it. But then something came up and now they just don't feel like they are willing to pay for that. So this could be a sign that you need to do something different in your approach and in your process when you book people in. We're going to get to that. Number 2, fear or anxiety. Some med spa treatments can be invasive or may have, perceived risks or anything like that, or downsides. So clients might develop anxiety or second thoughts about the procedure, leading to, cancellations. That's very common. It can also be schedule conflicts. So maybe your client have conflicts with work, personal commitments, or unexpected events that lead to rescheduling or not showing up. Lack of understanding of the treatment. If clients are not fully informed, or maybe they have misunderstood the nature, duration, or recovery time associated with the treatment, they might cancel or fail to show up. It can also be satisfaction with results. So if returning for a series of treatments, a client might cancel or not show up if they're not satisfied with the result of previous sessions. Here, we're going to get to it, but it's so important that you tell people about this in the consultation. So you really make them aware that this is not magic. They need several treatments before seeing the full results so that you can avoid this. Forgetfulness. So simple, but this is the most common reason probably. Forgetfulness. Without effective reminder systems, clients might simply forget their appointments. This happens to everyone. Everyone is living very busy lives, so this happens. That's just as simple as it gets. So it can also be transportation issues. So difficulty in getting to the clinic, whether due to distance, lack of transportation, or traffic problems, or anything like that, can really be a factor. Also, make sure to inform your clients about where they can park and if there are, free parking or anything like that. Really important. Okay, health concerns. So of course, someone can get sick, so illness or concerns about health risks, or especially in times of, a public health crisis like COVID, it can lead to cancellations or no-shows. So poor service experience. If a client had poor experience during a previous visit, whether due to, service quality, staff interaction, or environment, they might choose to cancel future appointments because they get doubts, Maybe they wanted to try again, but then when they really think about it, they just feel some doubt because maybe they didn't have a good experience the first time. So let's get to what to actually do when these things happen. So With the cost concern, you need to be offering payment plans, and you need to make treatments more affordable by offering payment plans or financing options. This oftentimes makes things so much easier for your clients. You need to sometimes be doing promotions and discounts. This is of course not something you need to do, but it can really help. Provide occasional discounts or loyalty programs or memberships to incentivize bookings. Fear or anxiety here, you need to do pre-appointment counseling. So you need to be offering consultations to address fears and provide really detailed information about the procedure. Of course, you also need to give them testimonials and reviews. This is something that I talk a lot about when talking about closing consultations. Always show them testimonials and reviews. You need to be sharing positive experience of other clients to really build up that trust and reduce any anxiety that they might have. Schedule conflicts. So here you need to have a flexible scheduling. Offer extended hours or weekend appointments to accommodate busy clients. People are working during the week. Most people are. So it's really a good thing if you can open up in the weekend, at least just one day. Online booking system. So yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. You need to have an online booking system for easy rescheduling. You also need to be thinking of here, lack of understanding of the treatment. You need to be providing detailed information. It have to be really easy to understand information about each treatment, including what to expect during and after the procedure. Also Q&A sessions, so offer opportunities for clients to ask questions before their appointment. Okay, let's get to the last ones here, okay? Just stick with me. So satisfaction with results. You need to do follow-up consultations. So schedule in follow-up consultations to address concerns and adjustments, treatment plans, whatever is needed for each client. It is so important. Manage expectations. So clearly communicate what results client can realistically expect. Forgetfulness. You need this. Automated reminders. Here you need to be using SMS, email, and phone calls to remind clients of their appointments. Also calendar integration. Offer options to add appointments to digital calendars during the booking. Okay? So people need to be able to add it to their calendar. And you can do this in pretty much all booking systems today. All right. So transportation issues. You need to provide location information. Provide detailed information about reaching your clinic, including public transport options and all of that. Also, partnership with transportation services. So you can actually do this. I've heard some people doing this or some clinics. So if you can, maybe see what options you have and consider partnering up with, taxi or ride-sharing services for each client so that they have the opportunity to use that if they want. Health concerns. Health and safety protocol. So clearly communicate the health and safety measurements for clinic implements. So what does this even mean? You really just need to clearly express what concerns, what risks, and everything regarding this. All the information needs to be laid out very, very clearly for the client so they have no doubt about the downsides, the recovery time, all of this. They need to know it. Don't be afraid to share it with them. Health concerns again. So virtual consultations. You need to be offering online consultations to address concerns without requiring physical visits, because this makes it so much easier for people. Of course, for some treatments you can't do it, but a lot of treatments you can simply use Zoom or Google Meet. Okay, what if they have had poor service experience? You need to have a feedback system. Implement a system for collecting and addressing client feedback. Ask clients to leave a review. Ask them simply, what did you think? If you feel like they did not have a great experience, send them a text message afterwards, not a review request, but just a text message asking them what they think, because you really want to know and you would really love to, be providing the best service possible. Also staff training. So of course, train your staff in customer service and professional conduct. Really important. Here, let's talk about this, because if you don't have this, everything falls apart. So confirmation as soon as they have scheduled in. They need to get a booking confirmation with the time, the date, everything, where and when they booked in. They need to be provided with the address of your clinic, your policy, so your no-show, your reschedule, your cancellation policy need to be laid out very clearly and very short in a text message to them. They shouldn't have to press a link or anything. It should be laid out in the text message, because then they have no excuse. Also, of course, say something like, we're looking forward to having you, blah, blah, blah. Really important, right? Also, you cannot be without this. Make sure to send them reminders 48 hours before, 24 hours before, and also 24 hours before or the day before. Just give them a call. If you struggle even just a little bit with no-shows or late cancellations, anything like this, you need to give your clients a call the day before to reaffirm and confirm their appointment. It's going to help you so much. I can't even stress it enough. Also, send them a reminder 2 hours before. No, this should not be done via email. You should only rely on SMS, or if you can, do both SMS and email. SMS is most effective. Do this, not that. Okay, what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't get frustrated if people don't show up or if they give you a really late reschedule or cancellation. Okay, it happens, and frustration doesn't do you any good. You shouldn't blame your agency. If you have a marketing agency to schedule in appointments for you or do whatever, everything from when the appointment has been booked, when the deposit has been collected, the agency does not control what happens. They do not control whether you have a good follow-up and reminder system in place. Everything after that is your job, so take responsibility for it. Give the clients a call or whatever if they don't show up, and make sure they get in and reschedule, okay? Also, don't blame the client. It doesn't do too much good. Even if it really is their fault, don't do it. It's just not good. And don't think that you're not good enough. You are. And also, you shouldn't be just doing nothing. Instead, you should just stay calm. It is very normal. This is going to happen again and again and again. But of course, you can minimize it, okay? And what you also need to do is you need to call the client as soon as possible. You shouldn't wait days. You really just should call them up as soon as you see that they have canceled or, no-showed or whatever. Make sure to reschedule them. Get the reason why they didn't show up. And then follow up on them every day for 5 days and then every 30 days until you get them in to reschedule, okay? Of course, I just quickly want to jump down to this one. Determine, are they a bad or a good client? Most are going to be really good clients, whether you think it or not. Some, very few people are going to be bad clients. So maybe some are just going to be discount hunters. They don't care about coming in. They're just a hassle, and you don't want these people. So if you really get a bad vibe, just leave them. But in any other case, make sure to call them, get them rescheduled, have a chat with them, tell them about your policy, which is right here. Tell them about your policies, stand your ground. You can tell them this in a very kind tone. That is absolutely fine, but you need to be telling them that no-shows, cancellations, and all of this has to not happen, because otherwise they're going to get charged the full amount or, whatever your policy is. So it is so important that you communicate that. Otherwise, your clients are just going to think that they can run around with you and just stamp all over you, and you don't want that. I hope you got something out of this video. If you feel like something is not as clear as you wanted to, make sure to reach out to me. I would be more than happy to help you. And yep, thank you for watching this video.